The night on Moon 22 was always quiet, almost too quiet. Human medic Dr. Aaron Hawley liked it that way. His small medical outpost stood alone in the middle of an empty crater field. No soldiers, no civilians, no trouble. Only the silver sky, the cold wind, and the endless sound of machines humming inside. His lab. Aaron was making notes on some old samples when his scanner suddenly beeped. At first he ignored it. Small animals often moved under the ground. But then the alarms started screaming. Seismic activity detected. Large, heavy, fast. Aaron froze. Earthquake? Impossible. Moon 22 didn't have moving plates. He walked toward the door and opened it. A strange vibration rolled under his feet, like something huge was walking beneath the ground. The vibration grew stronger. The metal walls shook. The lights flickered, then boom. The ground in front of his outpost cracked open like splitting stone. Dust flew everywhere, and Aaron stumbled backward, shielding his face. A massive shadow rose from the crater's edge, then collapsed right in front of him with a thunderous crash. When the dust settled, Aaron's breath left his body. A giant lay there, an alien female at least 20 feet tall. Her skin a pale lavender color glowing faintly under the moonlight. Her long braids were tangled, her armor damaged, and her huge body shook like she was freezing. Aaron whispered, "What are you?" Before he could step back, her eyes opened bright, silver, and full of pain. Her voice was deep and shaking as she spoke. "Human. Help me." Aaron's heart hammered. Giants from the Valera Titan race never came near humans. They were powerful, proud, and distant. But this one looked terrified. She tried to lift her head but collapsed again, panting heavily. Then she said the words that froze Aaron's blood. "It's crawling inside me." Her hand, big enough to crush a truck, pressed against her abdomen. Aaron watched in horror as her skin shifted, like something alive moved under it. The giant groaned, her whole body arching. Aaron dropped his fear and rushed forward. He activated his scanner and ran it across her chest. The screen glitched wildly, unable to identify the thing inside. The scanner only showed one thing: movement. Fast movement. The giant gasped, tears slipping down her enormous face. "If you cannot remove it, end me," her voice cracked. "Please, I cannot take this pain." Aaron swallowed hard. He had never seen a Titan in such fear. Whatever was inside her was killing her slowly. He climbed onto a large piece of fallen rock to reach her face better. "I'm not killing you. I'm a medic. I'll help you. But you need to tell me your name." She blinked slowly, struggling to keep consciousness. "Lyrina, daughter of the Titan Guard." She sucked in a breath, shaking violently. "The creature. It will soon break out." Suddenly her body convulsed so hard that Aaron almost fell backward. The ground trembled beneath her. A sharp ridge formed under her ribcage, pushing outward like something tried to tear its way out. Aaron's mind raced. If the creature emerged here, at his outpost, he would die. She would die. The moon might even fall under a spreading infection. But Lyrina looked at him with pleading, fading eyes. "Do something." Aaron clenched his jaw. "Then don't die yet. I need to get you inside. Now." He hit the emergency controls. The outpost doors opened wide, and robotic arms extended outward to help him. But Lyrina was too big, too heavy. And the creature inside her moved again, harder. This time. Aaron whispered the words he never thought he'd say. "Please, don't break open." The giant alien screamed, and part 1 ends. With the fate of both hanging in the balance, Aaron struggled to keep Lyrina awake as her massive body shook again. The creature inside her moved like a lightning bolt, sending waves of pain across her skin. Every pulse pushed her closer to losing consciousness. Aaron knew he had very little time. The robotic arms around the outpost tried to lift her, but she was far too heavy. So Aaron did something desperate. He grabbed a thermal cutter and sliced open the outer wall of his medical bay. Metal sparks flew everywhere. Within minutes, he created a wide opening large enough for her. "Lorena," he shouted. "Can you crawl inside?" Her voice was weak. "I will try." Her arms trembled as she pushed herself forward. The ground shook under her weight. She dragged herself inch by inch, her breath loud like thunder. But halfway into the outpost, she froze, her eyes wide. Aaron saw it too. Her back was moving. A long worm-like shape slid under her skin, traveling from her lower spine to her shoulder. Her skin bulged as the creature passed beneath it. Lorena screamed, gripping the metal floor so hard she left deep claw marks. Aaron didn't even think. He ran toward her, placing both hands on her enormous shoulder. "Stay with me. Don't let it take control." Lorena gasped for air. "It is not just a parasite. It is older than my people." Aaron blinked hard. "Older? What do you mean?" She coughed, her voice shaking as she spoke. "My people call it burrower of the first night. It was found in a forbidden crater. We were never meant to touch it." Her glowing veins brightened with red pulses. Aaron lifted his scanner and saw something terrifying. The organism was spreading through her bloodstream, doubling every minute. "It's trying to control your nerves," Aaron said. "It wants your whole body." Lorena closed her eyes tightly. "Titans who get infected are burned alive. It is our law. My people fear the creature. They say it cannot be removed." Aaron felt a cold shiver down his back. "So why come to a human medic?" She looked at him with eyes filled with shame and hope. "Because humans try to save even lost causes. You are small, but your heart is strong." Aaron wasn't sure if that was a compliment or a warning, but he took it anyway. "All right," he said, setting his jaw. "Let me see what I'm dealing with." He connected the outpost's strongest stabilizers to her chest and abdomen. The machines hummed loudly, trying to hold her massive body still. Aaron placed multiple scanners across her ribs, her spine, and her neck. The results almost made him drop the tablet dot inside Lorena's chest. The creature's tendrils moved like a living map wrapping around her lungs, coiling near her heart, spreading through her spinal column. It wasn't just hiding dot, it was building something. Aaron's eyes widened. "It's forming a core, a nest. It wants to stay inside you forever." Lorena growled in fear. "Then kill me before it grows." Aaron slammed the table. "Stop saying that. I am not killing you." Before she could reply, her body jerked violently. The lights dimmed. Her heart rate spiked. Alarms screamed. The creature detected the scan. Aaron watched, horrified, as the parasite reacted. It tightened around her lungs, forcing her to choke. It blocked signals to her legs, leaving them paralyzed. It pulled on her spine, arching her body upward so sharply that Aaron stumbled back. "Lorena, stay with me." Her eyes rolled back. Her veins glowed brighter. Her voice came out broken. It learns everything you do." Aaron felt sweat drip down his face. The creature wasn't just alive, it was thinking. He grabbed his surgical tools and said the words that would define their fate. Then I'll have to outsmart it. But the creature had already begun its next move. Lorena's chest started to rise unnaturally, something pushing upward from the inside. Aaron had stared into many wounds in his life, but nothing prepared him for what he saw moving under Lorena's chest. Her skin rose in sharp, unnatural shapes like claws or spines pushing outward. The creature inside her was no longer hiding. It was testing the walls of her body, looking for a weak point to break through. Lorena's breath came in harsh, broken gasps. "Aaron, it wants to escape." "Then we stop it before it does," Aaron said, forcing confidence into his voice he didn't feel. He raced across the room, opening a secured cabinet. Heavy tools slammed against each other, scalpels reinforced with plasma edges, gravity stabilizers, shock injectors. If he didn't act now, the parasite would burst out, killing her and unleashing something ancient onto the moon. Aaron attached magnetic boots and climbed onto Lyrina's massive torso, balancing himself as her body trembled. The outpost's lights flickered from the stress sensors, trying to stabilize her movements. Her voice rumbled weakly. "Be careful, human. It knows you are here." Aaron placed 3 stabilizer clamps across her ribcage and activated them. Blue light wrapped around her chest, slowing the creature's movement. For a moment, everything went still. Then the parasite struck back. A violent convulsion blasted through her body, nearly throwing Aaron off. He grabbed onto one of the clamps as her torso rose several inches off the bed. The creature tried to force her ribs open from the inside. Aaron cursed. "Hold her! Hold her!" The robotic arms slammed down, locking her shoulders. Aaron quickly sliced a controlled opening near her glowing vein. Lyrina screamed, her huge hand clenching the edge of the bed so hard the metal bent. I know just a little more," Aaron shouted over the alarms. The moment the scalpel touched her skin, the parasite reacted. A sharp tendril exploded outward from inside the incision, striking Aaron's forearm like a whip. The force nearly broke his wrist. Lyrina roared in fear. "Aaron! Run, run!" But he didn't single quotes T. His hand shook, but he held his ground. Aaron grabbed a shock injector and jammed it against the tendril. Electricity surged into the parasite, making the tendril jerk and retract back inside her. Aaron's heart pounded. "You hit me again, you oversized worm, and I'll fry you alive." Lyrina let out a weak laugh despite her pain. "Humans are strange." Aaron quickly inserted a microcam probe into the incision. The screen showed something horrifying. A writhing mass of tendrils, each one burrowing deeper into her organs. The creature pulsed with glowing red veins, like a heart beating out of rhythm. It sensed the camera and immediately struck it, destroying the feed. Aaron yanked the probe out. "It's trying to blind me. It knows where I am." Before he could prepare another tool, the creature moved again, this time toward her heart. Fast. Aaron's face drained of color. If it reached her heart, it would fuse permanently. Lyrina would die in minutes. No, stay still." Aaron shouted but Lyrina's body twisted violently. Her back arched off the table, the clamps groaning under the pressure. The creature seemed to control her spine, pulling her into unnatural shapes. One of the clamps snapped. Aaron jumped off her chest as her body thrashed. Sparks rained down from the broken machinery. She nearly rolled off the table. Aaron grabbed her enormous hand, bracing himself against the floor. "Lyrina, fight it. Don't let it reach your heart." Her glowing eyes opened weakly. "I cannot." "Stop it." Aaron's breath stopped when he saw a sharp point press against the skin above her heart. Moving upward, it was trying to tear through her chest. Aaron stared at it. Horror and determination blending into one. He whispered, "Not on my watch." He grabbed the strongest tool in his kit, a plasma lance. If the creature wanted a fight, he would give it one. And this time, it wasn't going to win. Aaron had faced fear before, but nothing like the moment he saw the creature pushing against Lyrina's chest, sharp, red, and pulsing like a blade made of living flesh. The parasite wanted to cut through her body. It wanted out. And it didn't care if it killed her in the process. Aaron raised the plasma lance, but the moment he stepped closer, Lyrina's entire body jolted backward, as if someone had yanked her spine like a rope. The parasite reacted. Her veins lit up in a bright crimson glow, spreading from her chest to her neck to her face. She gasped, her eyes rolling back. Aaron grabbed her head, trying to keep her airway open. "Lyrina, stay with me." She tried to speak, but only a broken whisper left her lips. "It's taking my thoughts." Aaron froze. What? Before he could ask more, every screen in the outpost flickered. His scanners glitched, then displayed strange patterns, spirals, symbols, jagged lines. The parasite was sending signals into the machines. Then a voice echoed through the speakers deep, distorted, and layered with static. Human. Remove your hands. Aaron stepped back, heart hammering. That voice wasn't Lirana's. It belonged to the thing inside her. Lirana shook violently as the voice continued. She is ours. She is energy. She is vessel. Aaron clenched his fists. She is a living person, not a vessel. The parasite hissed through the speakers, the static turning into a deep growling vibration. Humans. Small, weak. Leave, or we consume you too. Aaron's anger flared. I'm not leaving her. The parasite responded instantly. Lirana screamed as her spine arched, lifting her huge body off the table. Her limbs stiffened like she was being pulled by invisible strings. Aaron rushed forward and activated gravity stabilizers. The heavy clamps slammed down again, pinning her to the bed, but the parasite fought back harder. It sent a shockwave through her nervous system. Lights burst. Machines cracked, and the room filled with sharp ozone. Aaron could feel the heat of her glowing veins from meters away. He forced himself forward, hooking new monitors to her neck and chest. He had to understand how this thing communicated. After a few moments, the monitors steadied. And what Aaron saw chilled him. The parasite produced brainwave patterns, complex ones. It wasn't just a live. It was intelligent. Aaron amplified the signals. The speakers shook again, and the parasite's voice returned, clearer, angrier. Interference. Stop, or host dies. Aaron stared at the display. The creature had woven itself around Lirana's key organs, but also around her brainstem. It wasn't controlling her body randomly. It was learning her. Reading her. Becoming her. No, Aaron whispered. You're trying to copy her mind. The parasite's answer came like a thunderclap. Yes. She becomes us. We become many. Aaron felt ice in his veins. If this creature multiplied using minds, if it learned, if it spread, it could wipe out entire planets. Lirana's eyes opened, suddenly wide, terrified. Her voice came out mixed with another tone, like two beings talking at once. Aaron. It's inside my head. Stop. Before it steals me. Her hand shook, reaching toward him. Aaron caught it, even though her fingers were big enough to crush him. You're not dying today. Not while I'm here. The parasite roared through the speakers, shaking the whole outpost. Lirana's body convulsed again, almost breaking the clamps. Aaron activated the temperature control unit and lowered the room's heat drastically. Lirana gasped. Cold. It hates cold, Aaron said. If I drop your body temperature, it will panic. It will move out of your brain to save itself. Then I can trap it. He turned the dial lower. Lirana's skin grew pale. Frost formed across her massive arms. The glowing veins dimmed. The parasite screamed not through speakers this time, but inside her body. Shaking her from the inside. Movement surged downward toward her throat. Aaron realized what that meant. It's coming out. He grabbed his tools. Bracing himself, the real fight was about to begin. The temperature dropped so fast that frost spread across the equipment. Lirana's breath turned into clouds of white mist. Her huge chest rose sharply as her body tried to adjust to the cold, but Aaron held her steady, monitoring every pulse in her veins. Then he saw it. A violent movement shot up her neck fast, like a burning arrow under her skin. Her throat bulged on the left side, then the right. Lirana gagged, choking on nothing but her own breath. Aaron! She gasped, her voice shaking. It's climbing higher. Aaron tightened his grip on his plasma lance. Let it climb. I'm ready for it. But he wasn't ready. No one could be. A thin crack formed along the top of Lorena's collarbone, like her skin was being pressed from the inside. Light leaked through the crack, glowing like molten fire. Her body shook so hard that the reinforced bed scraped across the floor. The parasite was coming out. "Lorena, hold still." Aaron shouted. She tried. But the pain was too much. Her entire body arched upward, breaking one clamp clean off. The metal snapped like weak plastic. Aaron activated 2 robotic arms to push her shoulder down, but even they struggled. Then rip. The skin above her collarbone split open. Not fully, just a small tear. But it was enough. A glowing serpent-like limb shot out thin, sharp and covered in pulsing red veins. It twitched in the cold air, searching. Hunting. Aaron cursed and raised the plasma lance. "Come on then. Come out and fight me." The parasite heard him. The limb lunged toward his face. Aaron ducked, the sharp glowing tip slicing through the air. Sparks flew where it hit a metal beam behind him, cutting a deep glowing line. Aaron swung the plasma lance, hitting the tendril. The creature shrieked, an awful vibrating sound that rattled the walls, but it didn't retreat. Instead, 2 more tendrils forced their way out of Lorena's skin, widening the tear. Lorena cried out, tears rolling down her huge cheeks. "Aaron, it hurts." "I know," he said, voice tight. "Just a little more. I'm almost there." The parasite didn't wait. It lunged again, this time grabbing Aaron's wrist. The strength was unbelievable. Aaron felt the tendril crushing his bones. Pain shot through his arm as he used his other hand to slam a shock injector into the tendril. Electricity surged. The creature recoiled, releasing him. Aaron stumbled backward, breathing hard. "Fine," he growled. "You want to kill me? Get in line. I'm busy saving your host." He swung the lance again, cutting one of the tendrils clean off. For a moment, silence. Then the severed piece began to wiggle on the floor, still alive. Aaron's eyes widened. "You've got to be kidding me." Suddenly, the tear in Lorena's collarbone ripped wider, 3 times larger. A large, multi-limbed, glowing creature pushed itself halfway out of her body. Its long body looked like a mix of serpent and centipede. Its head a bulb of red light with shifting patterns inside. It screeched at Aaron. Recognizing him as a threat, Aaron didn't run, but he wasn't alone, even in agony. Lorena lifted her huge arm and slammed her hand down, grabbing the creature's upper body. She squeezed as much as the pain allowed, holding it still. Her voice roared through the room, "You will not touch him." The parasite reacted by digging its tendrils deeper into her neck, making her scream again. Her grip weakened. Aaron saw his chance. He leaped forward, pressing the plasma lance directly against the parasite's glowing core. The creature thrashed wildly, but Lorena held on long enough. Aaron activated the lance at full power. A blinding flash filled the room. The creature shrieked, its tendrils whipping in every direction. Lorena collapsed backward, gasping for air. The parasite retracted the rest of its limbs in panic, pulling itself deeper inside her to escape the burning. Aaron watched it disappear beneath her skin. Again, his breathing slowed. That wasn't victory. That was only round 1. He wiped sweat from his forehead and said quietly, "It's scared now. But next time, it's going to kill us both if I don't finish this." Lorena opened her eyes weakly. What will you do?" Aaron stared at her glowing veins, something completely insane. Aaron stood beside Lorena's trembling giant body, breathing hard. Her glowing veins had dimmed, but the parasite was still alive, retreating deeper into her chest to heal itself. The room smelled like burnt metal and alien blood. Sparks flickered from broken machines. Aaron knew one thing for sure. He couldn't win this fight from the outside. He turned to the back of the outpost where an old, experimental microsurgical pod sat covered in dust. It was small, barely big enough for one person, and designed to travel through arteries during ultra-delicate operations. No human had ever used it against a living parasite. Aaron wiped the dust from the pod's control panel. I think it's time to do something stupid. Lirena blinked weakly. Aaron, what are you doing? Going inside you, he said simply. The parasite is hiding. It knows I can hurt it. I have to take the fight to it. Lirena's eyes widened in fear. Even in her pain, she shook her head. No human has ever entered a Titan's bloodstream. You will die inside me, or it will crush you. Eren smiled tiredly. I'm not planning to die today. You didn't give up on me when it tried to kill me. I'm not giving up on you now. Her enormous hand lifted slightly, trembling, touching the floor near him, as if she wanted to hold him, but was afraid she might accidentally crush him. Please be careful, she whispered. He climbed into the pod. The door sealed shut. The inside was tight, filled with screens, boosters, injectors, and a small plasma cutter attached to the front. Eren connected the pod to Lirena's main artery. Okay, Lirena, I'm going in. Eren, she whispered, voice breaking. Come back. With a deep breath, Eren initiated the dive. The pod shot forward, directly into Lirena's bloodstream. Inside her body, the world was something Eren had never imagined. Rivers of glowing blood rushed around him. Massive arteries pulsed like giant tunnels. Her heartbeat thundered like distant explosions, shaking the pod with every beat. Bright blue cells, Titan immune units, floated by like jellyfish. Eren whispered, Lirena, your insides are beautiful. Her weak laugh echoed through the cums. Humans say the strangest things. But the moment of peace ended fast. Eren saw movement ahead, fast, sharp, unnatural. The parasite sensed him. A wave of red tendrils shot through the bloodstream, swimming like eels through water. Eren activated the booster jets, sending the pod spinning around a curve in her artery. The tendrils slammed into the wall behind him, leaving deep burns. Eren's heart raced. You want me? Come get me. The parasite did exactly that. A massive shadow moved through the bloodstream, its true body, longer and larger than Eren expected. The creature's glowing core pulsed with anger, and hundreds of tendrils reached toward the pod, trying to crush it. Eren fired nanobots from the pod's front port. The tiny machines swarmed the tendrils, biting into them, weakening them. The parasite shrieked, the sound echoing through Lirena's entire nervous system. She groaned in pain on the outside. Sorry, Lirena, Eren shouted. Hold on. The parasite slammed into the pod, flipping it. Eren grabbed the controls, stabilizing just before hitting an artery wall. One mistake and he'd tear her from the inside. The creature wrapped its tendrils around the pod, squeezing. Metal groaned. Warning lights flashed red. Eren fired the microplasma cutter, slicing through the tendrils. The creature recoiled, but it wasn't done. It lunged at the pod, opening a splitting mouth made of glowing red bone. Eren aimed at the parasite's core and whispered, This is for Lirena. He fired a targeted plasma burst. The beam hit the creature's core. It shrieked, its entire body shaking violently. The glowing veins faded, the tendrils loosened, and it collapsed into dust-like particles that floated through the bloodstream, harmlessly. Eren exhaled shakily. It's over. Outside, Lirena gasped a real breath, steady and strong. Her glowing veins dimmed back to their natural lavender light. Eren, she whispered, voice soft and relieved. I feel free. Eren smiled inside the pod. Told you. I don't fail my patients. He turned the pod around, preparing his journey back, but neither of them noticed. Deep inside, one of Lirena's secondary lungs, a small cluster of glowing red dust began to pulse again, slowly rebuilding. The parasite wasn't fully dead. Eren guided the microsurgical pod back through Lirena's bloodstream. Her heartbeats were no longer wild and painful. They were slow, steady, strong. The red glow in her veins faded, replaced with a soft lavender shimmer. For the first time since she had fallen in front of his outpost, Lyrina was calm. When the pod reached the exit port, Aaron climbed out, covered in sweat. The outpost lights were dim, machines damaged, walls cracked, but Lyrina was alive. The giant Titan girl lay on the stabilizer bed, her chest rising and falling in steady breaths. She looked peaceful, almost asleep. Aaron walked toward her carefully, his legs still trembling from the fight. Her silver eyes opened. They were full of life. Full of gratitude. "Aaron." Her voice was soft, but it carried a deep warmth. "You came back." Aaron smiled. "Of course I came back. Someone had to make sure you didn't ruin my medical equipment." Lyrina laughed, a deep, beautiful sound that shook the walls gently. "Humans, always making jokes when your hearts are breaking inside." Aaron winced as he rubbed his bruised arm. "My heart's fine." "My ribs? Maybe not." Her huge hand lifted slowly. She placed her fingers gently on the floor beside him, like a giant offering her hand without risking hurting him. "Come closer," she whispered. Aaron stepped onto her palm. It felt warm, soft, safe. She lifted him up to her face, her eyes shimmering. "In Titan law," she said softly, "when someone saves your life, you give them a life debt." Her voice trembled. "But what you did was more than that." Aaron raised an eyebrow. "More than saving your life?" "You saved my mind," she whispered. "The parasite wanted to copy me. I would have become something terrible." Aaron shook his head. "You're here, you're alive, and you're still you." Lyrina closed her eyes, emotion shaking her voice. "Aaron Hale, from this moment, I am bound to you. I will protect you. I will follow you. My strength is yours." Aaron blinked, stunned. "Wait, Lyrina, you don't have to." She opened her eyes, soft but firm. "This is not a choice. This is honor." Aaron sighed. "Fine, but if you're staying, you help rebuild the outpost. You broke half of it." Another soft laugh rumbled from her chest. "Agreed." She slowly sat up, her massive body towering over him. Aaron stared at her healed skin. The torn collarbone had sealed completely, leaving only faint silver lines. Her energy looked restored. For the first time she looked like a true Titan warrior. But as Aaron inspected her scans, a chill crept into his bones. Something wasn't right. A tiny pulse of red light flickered on one of the monitors. He zoomed in. A cluster of microscopic particles inside her secondary lung was glowing. Aaron's eyes widened. "No, no, no, no." Lyrina saw his expression. "Aaron, what is wrong?" He pointed at the screen. "It's not dead. A fragment survived. It's trying to rebuild itself." Lyrina's face hardened, but she remained calm. "Then we destroy it. Together." Aaron nodded. "But this one is growing slowly. Watching, learning." He swallowed. "If it grows again, it might become stronger than before." Lyrina lowered her face until her eyes met his directly. "Then it will face both of us." Aaron felt something warm inside his chest. Courage, maybe. Or something he hadn't felt in years. Hope. She extended her huge hand, palm open. He climbed onto it without hesitation. The two of them looked out at the dark moon surface through the broken wall of the outpost. A human medic and a giant alien warrior, linked by survival. Bound by a promise. And somewhere deep inside her chest, a faint glowing pulse began to beat. The burrower was not finished. Not yet, but neither were they.